What's up guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing another house tour. I figured it's been a few years since I moved in. I bought the house in 2016, remodeled for a year, moved in 2017, and I showed you guys a house tour then. I actually showed you the whole process of remodeling and everything, but I kind of just wanted to show you what's changed around here. Obviously, after living with things for a while, you either grow to love them even more or you decide I absolutely hate this and I want to switch it. So a little bit of both has happened. You might recognize this room. Some of the furniture in here is different. So I'm just going to show you what has changed and what has stayed the same. In general, I've found that I tend to get sick of things really quickly. I like to switch things up pretty frequently. But for now, let me show you some of the new stuff I've bought, some of the things I've switched around, and just show you the current condition of my house. So let's start with the kitchen. So the kitchen, for the most part, has stayed pretty much the same, except for a few more appliances that I put on the countertops. This Echo Show is something I added. It's useful. You know, you can ask for recipes and it'll show it to you. It plays music. You can talk to other people who have it in their homes. So it's pretty convenient. Got a couple cookbooks here. Some fancy saffron. Also, you guys, this is probably the best thing I've ever added to my kitchen, and the label is ripped off. It's black truffle salt. You guys, I add this to everything. Mashed potatoes, fries, popcorn. It's so good. I'm running low too, so I should probably buy, I mean, it's obviously pricier than regular salt, which I keep in here, which I'm also running low on, but it's worth it. It's so tasty. Let's see, what else can I show you here? Okay, so I keep a running list in my kitchen, a whiteboard. I'm gonna show you right now. So this is my list here. I have a problem going shopping. Every time I go, if I don't have a list, I end up buying just stuff I don't end up using. So if I have this running list of cleaner foods than the stuff I've been eating, it's really helpful. So I just keep it on my countertop. It's easy, dry erase board. You can wipe off and add new stuff if you want to, but every time I go shopping, I'll just take a picture of it and take it with me to the market so that I have a better idea of what, because you know, if you just leave me to go shopping, I will buy so much garbage. I will buy all the yummy stuff that's probably not good for you, but this keeps me in check a little bit more. So it's cleaner foods that are higher in calorie because I tend to stay on the thinner side, but they're not bad for you. Here we've got my favorite tea by Sadaf. This is my favorite one, the one with cardamom. They make another one with jasmine, which is also so good. Also, remember I had this banquette made, the one that nobody sits on ever. The idea was you don't always want to sit in the dining room to eat. You want to keep it a little more casual. So I had the banquette made so we could sit there and eat. But you know where we eat? There. This is where we sit and have dinner almost every night of the week. Since I just talked about this room, let's move on to the family room. A lot of new stuff in here. The coffee table is new. I got that from Wayfair for like $95. I just wanted something cheap and sustainable that wouldn't fall apart quickly. You know, you are eating on it. There's like stains and stuff, so it's easy to clean. I really like that coffee table. This rug, I also changed out. I got this from, what's it called? World Market. I love their stuff. They have so many good home items. I also got this fake fiddle leaf fig tree. I don't know why I cannot keep indoor plants alive. Outside, I got a vegetable garden. I got my roses. I do great out there, but for some reason indoors, I can't keep them alive. So this one, my mom found at Home Goods for like $100. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's a good size. It doesn't look super fake, so I figured I'd just put that in there instead. This I also added after my house tour. I love this piece. I think I actually bought two of them and one my brother kept. I got this from Home Goods, and I'll give you a close-up look at it. It's just a really cool piece. Obviously, it's a map of California with the flag kind of embedded in there. But yeah, this room is the one we hang out in the most because it's a comfy sofa, and the sofa is from Living Spaces, which is like actually the best place to find sofas. I wouldn't recommend any other place for sofas. It's really the best, and the prices are so affordable. I remember looking at the Restoration Hardware sofa, the cloud one, that looks almost identical to this one, and it was like $5,000. This one was $995 and I'm really happy with it. It's really comfortable. We're on this every single night watching TV. It's just like a really good buy. Also, we get pretty good lighting here in the middle of the day. And there's one other thing I added to this room. Actually, I didn't add it. My friend Jess got it for me. This was one of 150, I think, reproductions of a piece that Brandon Boyd painted. If you guys are not familiar with him, he is the frontman for Incubus, one of my favorite bands. So actually, I'll tell you the story of why she got me that painting. So a couple years ago, she loves Incubus too, and she is a public defender. And so she has a really busy schedule. So she said to me, I have 2 tickets for Incubus. They're yours, take them. It's a Monday night. I'm gonna be probably up to my ears in work. So she didn't want the tickets anymore. So I said, okay, I'll take them. How much? And she's like, no. She wasn't willing to take payment for them, and I wasn't willing to take them for free. So she kept saying, take them. So she ended up giving them to me. And then once the concert rolled around, that morning I texted her. I said, Jess, YOLO, we gotta go together. Let's just go together. Let's go to the show together. She's like, you're right. We should just go. So I'm looking at the tickets, and the tickets she had were, what do you call it? The concourse. It's like pretty far back. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna surprise her. So I ended up, it was at the Hollywood Bowl. If you're familiar, I got the garden seats, you know, the little private, like suites, I guess, up in the front. So I got those tickets and I didn't tell her. So once we got to the bowl, we're walking, and then I have the tickets in my hand, and she's like, where are you going? Our seats are over there. I'm like, no, they're not. She was so happy. It was like a really, really fun night and a bomb concert. It was so fun. So after that, she was so sweet to get me this as a housewarming gift. And then just past here is that bathroom that everyone loves. Nothing has changed here. It is the exact same as it always has been. And then moving on to the laundry room, which is not usually this neat. Usually I have like piles and piles of clothes on top here, but I took care of that. I wanted this to be like one of the neat sections of the house you guys saw. So besides this backsplash here, nothing really too fancy. I keep some mason jars here just in case I need more. And then back there is like a tray of my detergents that I use. I love the Laundress. Those are my favorite detergents, especially the collab with Le Labo, the rose, what is it, 31? 31, yeah. I mean, I don't use it for all my laundry, just the stuff that I want to smell really nice. And the lighting in here is not great, so we're gonna leave. Okay, so this room has had probably the biggest makeover of any room in the house. If you remember, there was like a gray sofa, a black rug, 2 other chairs in here. Everything was just the style was very traditional. I think I was just convinced that because the house is an English Tudor, and yeah, of course I kept all of the finishes pretty true to the original style, I was convinced that the furniture also had to be that sort of like Gothic, older style. And so I tried it, didn't like it. Especially because so many of the other rooms have like a darker theme. The dining room, the study. And because this room has the big bay window and it gets so much sunlight, I just wanted to go white with it. It's not done yet. I kept some of the original furniture in here that you guys saw in the last house tour, but I did change a lot of it. The gray sort of Chesterfield style sofa, I switched out with this really white, super comfy, fluffy sectional, which is also from Living Spaces. I'm telling you, Living Spaces for sofas. Sofas, sectionals, living spaces. I also brought down, if you remember in my master bedroom, I had this sort of cream color rug that I brought down here instead. I think it fits in really nicely in here, especially with the sofa. But everything else kind of just was like rearranging and kind of taking away. Those were only like the only 2 things that I brought in here. I took away those 2 chairs. I took away, what else did I take out of here? Just anything that was darker and kind of cluttered the space. I just want this room to be really airy and light, and because like I said, it gets so much sunlight in the morning, especially when I walk in here, it's just like a beam of just positivity, and like it just feels really good to be in this room. So yeah, I'm really happy with the changes I made here. I think that I was kind of forcing a style that really wasn't like, I didn't love it. But you know, I dealt with it for a little bit and I couldn't take it anymore. I changed it. Another fake fiddly fig tree, also found by my mom, also found at Home Goods. These antler mirrors here are like my two of my favorite pieces in the house. I will never get rid of these. So I kept this whole, pretty much this whole section. Oh my gosh, a real fiddly fig tree. This is the only one that's real, and look, it's dying. Okay, so moving from light to dark. So we're in the dining room right now. If you look across the way, that was where we were in the formal living room. And now we're in the formal dining room. So if you remember from the original house tour, those two chairs were originally in the living room. And like I said, anything darker that had more of that Gothic vibe, I took out and put it basically in here. Also, if you didn't think I was the crazy dog lady before, you must now. So I commissioned a painter in DC. Her name is Josephine. She's very talented. I wanted Bambi to be portrayed as like an Elizabethan queen. So this is Queen Bambi the First. And then Keiko here, portrayed as Joan of Arc. And it kind of goes with their personalities. Like Keiko's really just there for everybody, always worried about other people, like a selfless dog. And Bambi's a bitch. Over here, of course, my Armenian alphabet Hermes scarf. These two were gifts. They're both actually Jonathan Adler. This is from Chic House Forever in Montrose, and this is Boobs. This section here has gotten a little messy. Like this area kind of gets on my nerves. It's just all supplements. Like we're 70 years old. And then finally for downstairs, one of my favorite rooms, the study. I actually love the vibe in this room. I'm still really happy with the choices I made, going darker, going a little bit more traditional. The only change I made since you guys saw the last house tour is this trunk here. I was looking for a really long time for either a Louis Vuitton or a Goyard trunk. This one is from the 1910s or 20s, I can't remember, but I got this on First Dibs. A lot of people ask me where I got my trunk. First Dibs is the first place I look. This came from the UK, and if you're in the US, you're gonna get charged a hefty customs tax. I did not realize they were gonna charge me that much for it, but I love it. I think it's such a nice addition to this house, and I'll probably get more and start a collection because it's a good investment. I got this chair for, you know, posture reasons, but I don't recommend it, so don't ask me where it's from. It's from Staples if you really want to get it, but I actually don't recommend it. I'm trying to look for a new one. And here we are. So this mirror is probably the best addition to this house. I got this 2 years ago, right after the first house tour. Also, my outfit is from ASOS. Super comfy t-shirt dress. I think this is probably my favorite piece in the house. It's huge. It's a really big mirror, and I think it just fits in perfectly right here. You see it right when you come in the entrance, right at the top of the steps. Just a really, really nice mirror. So if you saw my first house tour, you'll recognize this wallpaper. We are in the guest bedroom. We're only gonna be here for like 5 seconds because it's a mess. The last time I had guests staying in here was November, and since then it has become storage. I mean, that is embarrassing. It's just a bunch of clothes that I dumped out of my closet and meant to sort through to be able to give them away, have my friends come through, sort through them, take whatever they want, and I'll donate the rest. But I haven't gotten around to that, so let's just get out of here. But across the hall is a room that in the last house tour was pretty much nothing. It was like a spare room that I didn't know what to do with, but I've kind of turned it into this reading room, art room, kind of just like a recreation room. My mom got me that easel 2 Christmases ago, and I only now got around to putting it up because of isolation. I hung up these really cute like plant sling things up here. I just think it Gives it a nice touch in this room. So this Peacock Chair I got on Etsy. It was kind of a pain in the ass because I had to figure out my own shipment method. Like I had to have someone pick it up and bring it out to LA. But it's just like a, kind of like a whimsical, this whole room has just a really whimsical vibe. Here's another mirror that just came. I got this one on Amazon. It was like 150 bucks, just like a standard brass framed mirror. But this wallpaper, I actually put this up myself. I got it on Etsy. I think this is the one that's in the Beverly Hills Hotel, or it's similar. And then that sofa there I got from HD Buttercup a long time ago. This room looked totally different before. It was like kind of like a living room setup. There was a coffee table here. The sofa was there, but I just really wasn't using it. So I gave the coffee table to my mom. And if you remember one of my first house tours, which was an office tour at my mom's guest house. This was so long ago. Remember I had like there was like a desk, a little rug, that furry chair that I decorated for the first time. Like that was my first foray into like house videos. If you remember that video, I took those shelves from that space and brought them here and just kind of arranged them in this room. There's also this art piece in here that you probably can't even see. I'm trying to find the right angle to show you. It's from CB2, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a woman with, she doesn't have a top on, but she has jeans on and she's like pulling her ponytail or her braid. It's a really nice piece, but when I ordered it, I didn't expect it to be as dark as it is. I think you can only really see her hand pulling on the hair and then her other hand in her back pocket, but I wish it was a little bit brighter. I'm trying to see if I can catch the right angle and show it to you. You can kind of see it from there, but it's definitely too dark. So CB2 messed up on that one. This bathroom is still its lovely self. These are original fixtures to the house, the lights and the mirror. And like, yeah, like I said, just a really like whimsical kind of room altogether. Also another rug from World Market. World Market, Home Goods, and Living Spaces are my jam. I'm not sure if this was in the last house tour, but this lion portrait I got from Home Goods, of course, another one from Home Goods. And then if you remember, I originally had this bench at the foot of my bed. I didn't want that there anymore, so I just brought it into the hallway. And you know, even though I completely remodeled this house, there are still elements of it that are original. Like this piece is original to the house from the 1920s. So it was only right that I kept it, and it's beautiful. It fits right in with the general style. And moving down the hall to the master bedroom. If you recall, before I remodeled the house, there used to be a door here that led into another bedroom that I've since turned into the master closet and master bathroom. All right, we are in the master bedroom. So this is one of the rooms that I turned out not so happy with. I went with a really Regency luxe style in this room, and over time I got so sick of it. I really would love to be able to simplify, but you know, bedroom furniture tends to be expensive. Like this purple bed, I'm so sick of it and I wish I could change it, but it's just not, it's the kind of thing that it's a waste of money. It's a perfectly functioning bed, but yeah, I don't know why I went with purple. Seemed like a good idea at the time. But things like this gold thing here, I just cannot wait to get rid of that. I'm gonna switch that out pretty soon because that's less of an expense. But gold, I'm so over gold. I hate gold. And there's so many gold finishes in this house. It's not like overwhelming or like too much, but I still kind of can't stand the sight of it. Like these little guys here, these handles on the bench drawers. The good thing about hardware like that, finishes like that, those you can switch out pretty easy. It's not such a big deal to get new handles and like screw them in. But yeah, other changes I made here, you know, I took that bench out, I took the rug that was in here downstairs. Also my bed. You know how people like to do like tons of pillows and make it like really pretty when they make their bed? I just can't. It's such a task. As long as the comforter is like covering the bed, I'm fine, and then it's just two pillows on each side. The top pillow is a silk pillowcase, and that's it. That's about as fancy as it gets for my bed. I like to keep books on the nightstands too. It's just nice for, you know, late night reading before bed or first thing in the morning if you want to get up. And the books are kind of like uplifting, you know, mindfulness type of books. So I like to have those, just keep them on the nightstand as reading material and as decor as well. So let's move on to the vanity, the closet, and the bathroom. None of which are neat right now, so please excuse the mess. Okay, so let's start with the vanity. I think I showed you guys last time that I was compiling a bunch of product that I want to do giveaways with. For that, you guys follow me on Instagram for the giveaways because YouTube gets really weird about giveaways, so I can't do them here. Follow me on Instagram if you want to enter for this stuff. It will be international shipping as well. But yes, here we are in the vanity area. Let me just turn that light on. I'm still cleaning, still organizing, clearly. I know we talked about potentially doing like an organizing video in here. I'm curious to know if you guys want to see that because I'm not like a master organizer, so I'm not sure I could really give tips on how to organize. I could just show you what I did and what my drawers are looking like. If that's interesting to you, I'll do that video, but I can't really like tell you how to organize because I personally suck at it. Anyway, just like a quick like preview. These two, this drawer right here and this one, basically the two first drawers, these are the ones that I keep like my go-to makeup in. I don't even bother trying to organize this because I'm constantly taking stuff out and putting it away. So organizing it is just like a waste of time. And nothing has changed here. I'm just, you know, still in the process of getting it cleaned up and organized, which, like I said, if you guys want to see it, I will show you. And then pretty much same goes for the closet. Nothing has really changed here except got some new shoes, I guess. A couple of new bags. Also another thing just about like designer bags and stuff. This is gonna be probably the extent of it for me. It's funny because when, you know, I first started doing well, it was like this rite of passage that you would just go buy bags and shoes anytime and, you know, spend $2 grand on a bag. And that was early on when I started making money. And then it didn't really take long for me to realize like that just wasn't the right move. For one thing, you kind of get sick of it. Like, what's the point in buying so many bags that are so expensive? But also, you know, I'd rather put that money into another property, like a rental property that I could, you know, make residual income off of. Or even just, you know, I give money away to a lot of organizations so I could use more of that money to, you know, help people, help the animals, help the environment. So this kind of stuff has become way less important. Maybe once a year I might indulge in like a nice bag or something, but it's just so low on the priority list for me. I've actually even sold some of mine because I'm like, this was such a poor choice. Like, why would I spend this much money on a bag? So I decided to sell some of them and just put that money into savings instead. So it's just something I wanted to share just about like, you know, this closet, and like obviously it looks good to have all these like nice bags and shoes in there, but like I said, it's just one of those things when you first start making money, you think like you have to do that, but you definitely don't. And then heading into the bathroom, again, nothing really has changed in here except I really need to get rid of a lot of these products. It's just way too many products here. Although there's one product here that's really exciting. So ignore the cap because the cap is going to be a little shorter and it's going to be matte black, not white. So don't look at that. But you guys, the bottle is here. I can't believe I'm holding this. I keep staring at it because it's just so surreal and so weird to know that this is my product. So this is actually the first draft of the bottle. We made some small design changes to it. And like I said, the cap is going to be black. So that should be coming in really soon. I'm gonna show this to you in better lighting. It looks so much better in the natural light. It's gonna be that amber glass with just that overlay of my line drawing in a it's not a different color, it's glossy. and then of course the name. Also want to let you guys know, I know a lot of you already claimed your spot for the product drop. So the drop was actually set to close yesterday, but because people have been really excited about it, we decided to extend the product drop until May 11th. So if you go to the link in the description box, you can still claim yours if you haven't already. So I also did a contest and we picked 4 winners to receive the sample of Rebirth so they could try it before everybody else. The pictures I'm seeing and the video I'm seeing of the before and after is so exciting, and everyone's getting so excited seeing those. So we decided we're just gonna extend it for another like week and a half just so everybody has time to claim their spot. I just can't wait for everyone to get their bottle finally. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the bathroom. Like I said, just a little overwhelming on the product end. It's a lot of products, so I'm gonna try to condense some of these, recycle what I can, just keep whatever I'm actually using regularly. And now for the grand finale, I'm finally gonna show you guys my studio. So I'm about to show you guys my studio space, which I know a lot of you were upset that I didn't include in my first house tour. But I always had this idea that I would get the space nice and neat and tidy and clean before I showed it to you guys. But the fact is, I'm constantly using this space and it's close to impossible to keep it organized and clean and looking really neat and tidy. So I'm just gonna show it to you as is. Don't judge me. It's very messy, but it's the space that I work in. So this space here is kind of just storage. It's like a little catwalk here that I just put like cases, light cases, some stands. I used to have a bunch of my C-stands in here, but I'm using most of them right now. So once you get out into the actual studio space, against the wall here I have all my backgrounds, which I used to use a lot. I don't use them that much anymore, but these give you that seamless background for, you know, the makeup tutorials. And then into this little closet is more lighting that I have not properly stored. This lamp and that plant are a more like homey background for some of my makeup tutorials. And then my setup right now, the reason I have my camera and my screen long ways is because I was shooting an Instagram video. So anything for Instagram, I shoot like long ways. And then when it's for YouTube, I switch it back to the horizontal. But yeah, here's what it looks like with the background. And usually if I'm doing YouTube, I have the second camera, which is right there, set up next to it. And then my lighting, which I showed you guys in my how I shoot my videos video, is the Celeb 850. It's a really expensive light. I don't think you need this light to produce good videos. I just did it for a tax write-off. I use this guy to diffuse here, and then I seat myself right there. And then of course the mic that I use when I do my talk through videos. And then over here is more storage, which is just a disaster right now. Usually, like at one point I had everything nice and neat and organized, but that's just not the case right now. And then over here is just more equipment, mostly just lighting and stands. This is a mini version of the big light that I use. It's the Celeb 250, another tripod, another light, aperture light, love that light, and then another Canon 5D with a screen, a smoke machine, and a beauty dish. So that does it for my updated house tour. I just kind of wanted to show you what I've changed, what I've kept the same, and how it's looking 3 years later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see anything else in the house that I missed. I don't think I missed anything, but if I did, let me know. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.